Ladies and gentlemen, go to Real Clear Politics. Donald Trump is up around 2 points over mashed potato brains. And a Harvard-Harris poll, a Marquette poll, and an ABC News Washington Post poll has Trump well over 5 points up for 2024. Okay, what does that tell you? There is only negative media coverage to the tune of 95%, something like that. He's been indicted twice, impeached twice, and he's defeating mashed potato. What does that tell you? What does that tell you, ladies and gentlemen, in the comments section? What does that tell you about the American political establishment or American politics? What message does that send to the world? People like Trump's policies. They know very well he's being indicted. He was impeached, not because of the rule of law, because if you have one political establishment, two sides of the same coin, the Paul Ryan, Lincoln Project, Bush, Cheney, Rumsfeld Republicans, who've sided with the Democratic Party, utilizing government, a second special counsel against Trump, engaging in a double standard that is so overt. You had Clinton with top secret intel siphoned onto servers that were secret outside of the United States government. Classified data cannot be removed from the U.S. government. It is not even possible from a cybersecurity perspective. Of course Clinton committed crimes. You think that morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrats care? It was a cybersecurity nightmare of epic proportions. What Trump did was nothing. Nothing, really actually nothing, but nothing compared to what Clinton and Biden and Hunter did, almost certainly. According to Ted Cruz and others, Hunter summarized classified data to facilitate business deals. Look, the Honorable James Comey couldn't find intent for Madam Secretary who ran secret private servers for 4 years unintentionally. Okay, and never explained how classified data could be removed and put onto computer servers, hardware, cell phones for 4 years. Okay, Trump was a former president with the power to declassify. A Secretary of State does not have the power to declassify. He could declassify things verbally, according to Politico. And hit subscribe to this channel right now, ladies and gentlemen, because I've spoken about this for years. I've written about this in The Hill, the Huffington Post, Salon, the Jerusalem Post, the Federalist, other publications. I've spoken about the classified data double standard. He's up in the polls because people know he can be indicted 50 times. They'd rather have Trump than Democrats in charge. Now, you had Twitter as an extension of the Democratic Party years back. They have every single possible advantage. They have a Department of Justice that is essentially an extension of the Democratic Party. This has nothing to do with the rule of law. If you think this is about the rule of law because you don't like Trump and he's being indicted and your biases are being confirmed by a blatantly politicized Justice Department and intelligence, these intelligence agencies are obviously politicized. They're siding with one political party. Watergate, for example, would never have taken place without a top-level bureau official. Woodward and Bernstein would never have broken that story. They would never come close to the story without a high-level bureau official turning on Nixon. Now, if the intel agencies turn on Democrats, which they will eventually, because they'll eventually realize that the average American can't stand the Democratic Party. They really can't. The Democrats have every conceivable advantage. Okay? They have the far left, and they utilize the far left as tools to just siphon, to funnel votes back into the Democratic Party. That's why AOC and Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and others exist in politics. They're there to say, hey man, working class, man. And then get cheated and then trampled upon by the Democratic Party establishment. And then they say, well, vote Democrat because Trump is mean. As they get railroaded, and then they talk about democracy. And then they blame another country for emails that show that Bernie Sanders was completely cheated by the DNC. Then they pontificate about democracy. But people don't care. He's actually going to be more popular, Trump. Don't you understand morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrats who disown friends and family? Because Trump is an authoritarian. So let's level all of media, government agencies, loyalists in government at him and accuse him of things he didn't do. Then just indict him. Have Democrats in Manhattan indict him for a crime they didn't commit. There actually is no FEC crime. These are misdemeanors in New York. The FEC did find Clinton and the DNC, and I can't imagine Hillary Clinton not being the 24 nominee. She has to be surrounded by a bunch of imbeciles if they're not telling her, okay, now's the time to become the 24 nominee. I don't understand it. I can't imagine her not being. I mean, how do you plunge the entire country into a new Cold War? Have servers that the Federal Bureau of Investigation couldn't find intent? I mean, what? And then you just let Biden go possibly 2 terms, God forbid? And I say, God forbid, God bless Biden. I hope that, he lives to 120 years old and God bless him and, only the best for the president. But I think that Hillary Clinton, somehow, some way, will become the 24 nominee. Maybe, who knows? Biden resigns after getting impeached because Hunter and Joe committed crimes, felonies. See, their best defense is a good offense. Or their best, yeah. So they just level everything, including the kitchen sink at Trump. Doesn't matter, though. Everyone knows there's a double standard. If you're going to indict Trump for being a former president and let Biden and Hillary Clinton especially just get away with obvious crimes, then you're not doing the country you're doing a disservice to the country. Everybody knows what's going on. That's why Trump is popular, because nobody likes a double standard except Democrats. They love it. They're like, well, what's wrong? This is completely above board. Like, no, everyone knows you control the media narrative. The Atlantic, New York Times, Washington Post, Rolling Stone, New Yorker, New York Magazine, Vanity Fair, Esquire, The Nation, Mother Jones, Daily Beast, every major publication, even in red states, the cities have Democratic mayors. Every major publication within the capital or major city within a red state is purely aligned with the Democratic Party. They say the same thing. CNN, MSNBC, the same. Twitter before Elon Musk, and even Twitter now sometimes. I don't have Twitter. I don't have Facebook. I do not have Twitter. I do not have Facebook. I only have this channel and my 2 other channels. But there's everybody from Vanity Fair, Esquire, Washington Post, New York Times, they all say the same things. Yet almost half the electorate chooses Trump, and Trump is still up in polls. Why is that? Why is Trump indicted twice, and yet he's still defeating Biden in polls? Because everyone knows this has nothing to do with the rule of law. It's one political side that has every conceivable advantage and is still trying to catch up to Trump. Think about that, how despised you have to be by most people. And they say, oh, Trump is an authoritarian, Trump this, Trump that. Trump lies so much. Nobody lies more than the people after Trump. Nobody. You could look at Hunter's laptop. You could look at Clinton's servers. You could look at the DNC primary. You could look at the fact we had record low poverty with Trump, and poverty is up with Biden. That's all you have to know. There's an invasion in Europe with Biden. There's the Doha Agreement, Abraham Accords, first president to step foot in North Korea with Trump. That's all you have to know. There's no comparison. You basically have to be completely ignorant about politics not to realize Trump is better than Biden in pretty much almost every facet of the presidency, especially in terms of the economy and foreign policy. Hit subscribe right now. He's basically won 24. Hit subscribe.